Welcome back to the NightChild reviews Prince. Now in this video it's going to be a little bit different to what we normally do. This is not the average type of video, which is going to spend a few moments talking about Prince's appearance at the Grammy Awards, about the comments he made and the reactions to those comments. Over the next few days I'll be releasing the first album review, the For You album review, and I'll also be looking at the Autism Rocks concerts, which Prince performed at Coco's in London and also in Dubai. We'll be looking at set lists and reactions to those concerts and the way those concerts were kept below the radar. This is going to be slightly different in that we're going to look at some comments about the Grammys from Prince.org. We'll be looking at comments made on other forums, on other magazines, and just to see the general reaction to Prince's appearance at this award show. He obviously appeared at the Golden Globes last month, and this month there was lots of rumours going about that he may perform at the Grammys, he may just turn up, he may present an award, and nobody knew until the night he came out on stage in his amazing Tangerine ensemble. And we're going to look at some of the comments and some of the reaction to the quite interesting comments he made, and it's also about Prince going into social commentary, but his views have been interpreted in a lot of different ways. So we'll look at that and we'll see what people made of the appearance, and also the fact that Prince, wherever he goes, if he just turns up to present an award, seems to get a standing ovation that very few artists in the world really get. So we'll be looking into that too. So I'll see you in a moment. Probably one of the best articles to come from the Grammy Awards was written on salon.com. It's really well researched article, and there's some great quotes from it. It says, in just over 10 words, Prince reminded us the Black Lives Matter movement that has captured our imagination in the last 5 months is having the necessary consequence of sparking a new chapter in our national artistic imagination. It's a great article which really feeds into a number of the things that Prince was saying, and it also talks about how the mention of that books matter is something that increasingly in the digital age our attention span is shortening, and we often just want to see the headline, we don't want to spend any time with anything. And this is also mentioned, but they mentioned that Prince's remarks also speak to something easily less captured, namely a waning attention span. Very few artists can produce albums that can capture your imagination for a full sitting, and they mentioned D'Angelo's Black Messiah is a recent exception. That often we don't focus on, even on an article, we just look to the end or look at the comments, and it's a really important statement. And I think there's a great quote here where it says, Prince's remarks remind us that it is our art, our ability to sit with our art and all the possibilities that it helps us to imagine, that is so important to our ability to value all lives, and black lives in particular. I think it's quite an interesting debate about the racial problems that America is facing and the world is facing, and it's something that clearly has stimulated a great deal of debate. Even on this article alone there was a lot of comments, so it's worth checking out. It's salon.com. If you just go to Google Prince Salon Grammys, you'll find it, and it's definitely worth checking out.
Some of the reactions to Prince's Grammy Award appearance, where he presented the award for Best Album, which went to Beck, and there was a somewhat controversial interruption from Kanye West during that presentation. But what he actually said was here, he said, albums, remember those? Albums still matter. Like books and black lives, albums still matter. Now this has caused a huge amount of debate on Prince.org. We have a thread here which is well over 350 posts already. This is a hot topic at the moment about race issues, particularly in America, and it's really ignited a serious amount of debate. There's a quote here from somebody on Prince.org who says that so how much have we really learned since then, especially since racial profiling, police brutality, unfair, unequal treatment against specific groups still exists in present day. Prince's words at the Grammys, no matter how few, was enough to tap into the conscience of many and question if we are moving backwards instead of forward. And he quotes some lines from the song Dreamer by Prince. Amazing song. Released just a few years ago from the Lotus Flower Project, and there's some lines. For example, there's the "I never knew that I was different till Dr. King was on a balcony lying in a bloody pool," or "Have you ever clutched the steering wheel in your car too tight, praying that the police sirens pass you by that night?" And some really interesting lines that really reveal some of the tensions in modern day the world, in particular America, and there's so many comments about this, and it gets very deep. There's a lot of toing and froing. It's a very vibrant place at the moment. On Prince.org, there was a lot of hype about the performance and what was Prince going to do. What was he going to perform? Was he just going to turn up and make the award? Somebody pointed out here on Pentacle on Prince.org said, "Who gets a standing ovation just from turning up?" To which he replied, Stephen Hawking. Which, to be fair, that's a fair point. Stephen Hawking does get a standing ovation just for turning up. And just to mention that quote from Dreamer, the work that was done there, the comments made were made by a poster called To Elijah. There's interesting comments. So there's two sides of this Grammy appearance. There's the serious side, the racial comments, the comments about America and education, about how important books are that Prince made, and there's the more somewhat light-hearted side, where Prince has become a kind of meme. He has basically become an internet trend, where a comment made in thebustle.com, an article says, "Prince is just that cool, even cool enough to pull off wearing an orange soda waterfall," which there's not many people that can pull off that kind of deal. So they said when he came on stage, he wore a very, very bright orange, and I think a few people can pull that off. There's actually 9 things that his outfit looked like, which they very helpfully point out. He's also trending on the internet with 19 life situations, which is from UK E-Online, where the Prince rolling eyes motif can be used. He said when somebody says they don't get Benedict Cumberbatch, or when somebody tells you they don't own a television. So Prince is trending on that situation. But perhaps the most important thing is actually the comments people have made about seeing Prince again. This is from Rolling Stone magazine, and they point out Prince is 100 times more talented. They said they've got nothing against Kanye, but 100 times more talented. Again, that's nothing against Kanye as an artist, but Prince has written about 1,000 songs, sold tens of millions of records, influenced generations of musicians, and just happens to be one of the greatest guitar players of all time, which is a great comment. There's also other comments in this this comment section which are really quite interesting. There's one here that said, "It's as if we want Prince back. I'm talking about him on the charts again, touring, putting out fantastic albums, captivating concerts, amazing videos, playing his guitar like no other, jumping on his piano, literally, maybe even doing the splits. We need that true artist." And I think Prince should be winning Grammys again. I think it's quite interesting how Prince has got generally receiving quite good comments here. For example, another comment saying, "I grew up with real talent like Prince." I think it's quite interesting that throughout all those things, Prince has stirred up debate, and he has spoken just such a few words, just made a very brief statement, and yet in making one appearance and a brief statement, he has ignited the internet with comments, discussions about race. These are discussions that wouldn't have been prompted if somebody had made written an essay, written a book. Just for these few short comments, he has stimulated debate, and I think that's pretty much what his intention was. He was presenting an award, but he did so much more in this case. So it's quite an interesting appearance that Prince had made, and he really made quite a large debate from just those few words.
Okay, so thanks for listening to that short little video. If there's anything you want us to cover, like I said, in the next few days we'll be looking at album reviews, we'll be looking at set lists for recent concerts Prince has done. If there's anything that you think, perhaps it's worth a look, any Prince topic that you think hasn't been discussed, or something you're particularly interested in, please just drop a line in the comments, and we'll see what happens. Take care.